One person who has made such a difference to the world and inspired so many people is primatologist Jane Goodall. She is a hero by the way she has lived. Jane Goodall's life is full of breaking boundaries. She was the first woman in her field as a wildlife biologist. She's made a big difference in conserving and protecting some of those beautiful landscapes in East Africa. She has personally traveled the globe, winning the hearts of young people and giving them a sense that they too can make a difference. What is the most important thing you would like young people today to know about the world, their own heroic potential, what they can do to make the world better?
Well, you know, I come back again and again to my own mother and what she said to me. Because when I was about 10 years old, I fell in love with Tarzan from the books, Edgar Rice Burroughs' books. And I was very jealous when he married that wimpy Jane. And at that point, I decided when I grow up, I shall go to Africa, live with animals, and write books about them. Well, everybody laughed because it was World War II. Africa was still the dark continent. We didn't have money for a bicycle, let alone a motor car. So where other people said, Jane, dream about something you can achieve, my mother said, Jane, if you really want something and you work hard and you take advantage of opportunity and you never give up, you find a way. And I've shared that wisdom with kids all around the world, and I get hundreds of letters saying, Jane, you taught me that because you did it, I can do it too. It was in Washington, D.C. I was actually in the corridors of the National Geographic, and this very small Chinese young woman came up to me with tears pouring down her cheeks. She said, Jane, I'm so happy to meet you. She said, when I was a little girl of 12, I wanted to study giant pandas, and everybody told me, girls don't do that sort of thing. And she said, I was very sad. And then she said, I found your book translated. And I thought, if Jane can do it, I can do it. She had a cover picture on the Geographic. She's the only person who's been in the den of a wild panda and seen a birth. I mean, that is so exciting. Well, if that child in China at that time, which is going back some time, if she can accomplish her dream in a regime like that, as it was then, that's an example for children anywhere, that they too can effect change, that they can do whatever they want.
Do you think it's important to honor heroic young people as examples for others?
I think it's desperately important to empower a young person, to help them understand the problems, to give them the courage and to empower them to act. It's changing lives. It's changing lives in inner cities. It's changing lives among the very wealthy. It's changing lives from China through Africa to North America.